The story of Steve Harvey is a masterclass in the power of a single, unwavering vision. It is the journey of a man who spent years living in a 1976 Ford Tempo, washing himself in gas station bathrooms and holding onto a scrap of paper that everyone else told him was a joke. Broderick Stephen Harvey was born in 1957 in Welch, West Virginia, a coal mining town where life was hard and the future often seemed as dark as the mines. His father, Jesse, was a coal miner who instilled in him a brutal work ethic, while his mother, Eloise, provided the spiritual foundation that would later save his life. As a child, Steve faced a hurdle that seemed to disqualify him from any public-facing career, a severe stutter. The simple act of saying his own name was a battle. In the 6th grade, when his teacher asked the class to write down what they wanted to be when they grew up, Steve wrote, "I want to be on TV." The teacher didn't encourage him. Instead, she ridiculed him in front of the class, asking how a boy who couldn't even talk right expected to be on television. She called his mother to report his smart aleck attitude. But when Steve told his father, Jesse gave him the advice that changed everything: put that paper in your drawer, read it every morning and every night. Don't you ever let anyone take your dream. Success did not come quickly. After flunking out of Kent State University and cycling through a series of dead-end jobs, insurance salesman, carpet cleaner, auto worker, and even a brief stint as a professional boxer, Steve finally tried stand-up comedy on a whim in 1985. He won a local amateur night and decided, at age 28, to go all in. But all in meant losing almost everything else. His first marriage collapsed under the strain of his pursuit. By the late 1980s, Steve found himself homeless. For 3 years, he lived out of his car. During this period, he was often down to his last $30. He recalls a moment of total despair, sitting in his car and crying out to God, asking why he had been left out in the cold. He was ready to give up and go back to a real job, but a voice in his spirit told him, "If you keep going, I'm going to take you places you've never been." In 1991, the breaking point finally broke in his favor. Steve was in Florida, homeless and down to $35 when he checked his answering machine, using his last few dollars for a payphone. There were 2 messages. The first was an invite to perform at a comedy club that would pay $150. The second was an invitation to appear on It's Showtime at the Apollo in New York. The problem? He didn't have the money to get to New York. However, the $150 from the first gig provided exactly enough for a flight and a suit. He took the jump. His performance at the Apollo was a revelation. His quick wit and everyman charm electrified the crowd. He didn't just survive the Apollo, he became its host. The 1990s saw Steve Harvey's meteoric rise. He transitioned from the Apollo to his own sitcom, The Steve Harvey Show, which ran for 6 successful seasons. He then joined forces with Bernie Mac, Cedric the Entertainer, and D.L. Hughley for the original Kings of Comedy Tour, which became one of the highest-grossing comedy tours in history. However, Steve's genius was his ability to reinvent himself. When the action hero era of comedy began to fade, he pivoted to radio with The Steve Harvey Morning Show. When he noticed women in his audience struggling with dating advice, he wrote, "Act like a lady. Think like a man." The book became a first New York Times bestseller and was turned into a massive movie franchise. Today, Steve Harvey is no longer just a comedian, he is a global brand. As the host of Family Feud, he transformed a legacy game show into a viral sensation, largely through his improvised reactions to the contestants. His estimated net worth in 2025 sits at approximately $200 million. He owns multiple homes, flies private, and wears the finest suits. A far cry from the man who used to wash his armpits in a Chevron sink. Steve Harvey never forgot that 6th grade teacher. For years after he became a success, he sent her a new television every Christmas. He didn't do it out of malice, but as a silent testament to the boy with the stutter. He wanted her to see that the dream she called impossible was now broadcasting into millions of homes every single day. His life serves as a blueprint for anyone standing at the edge of a jump. He often tells his audiences that the parachute won't open the moment you jump. You will get barked at, you will get scratched by the trees, and you will hit the rocks. But eventually, if you don't give up, the parachute opens. From the coal mines of West Virginia to the penthouse of Hollywood, Steve Harvey's story isn't just about money. It's about the refusal to let a no from the world silence the yes in your soul.